Our Tourism Ministry.
Question number 7, Denis O'Rourke.
This question is for the Prime Minister. Has he read the open letter to him dated 25 June 2013, written on behalf of the quake families who lost 185 of their loved ones in the collapse of the CTV building in the February 2013 earthquake?
Point of order, Right Honourable.
The sound system was clearly not going when my colleague started that question.
So we'll allow the member to start it.
Thank you very much.
Denis O'Rourke, question number 7.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This question is for the Prime Minister. Has he read the open letter to him dated 25 June 2013, written on behalf of the quake families who lost 185 of their loved ones in the collapse of the CTV building in the February 2013 earthquake?
2011 earthquake. Honourable Stephen Joyce, on behalf
Mr.
of the
Speaker,
Prime
on
Minister.
behalf of the Prime Minister, I'm not sure quite of the accuracy of the question, but obviously the tenor of the question is understood, and the response is no, I have not yet had the opportunity to read the letter which was received by my office earlier this week. However, I can assure the member that, as it has done in the past, the Government will carefully consider the issues raised in that letter and respond directly to the writer.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Denis O'Rourke.
Whether he's read the letter or not, what is his response to the last paragraph of the open letter from the quake families, which says, quote, "We know what went wrong, we know who is responsible, we know that the CTV building was code non-compliant, it was illegally built by inexperienced, negligent and incompetent individuals and entities. Even a so-called engineer who had a false name and fake degrees was involved. The Government has the responsibility to ensure justice and that this will not happen again."
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Well, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Prime Minister, certainly understand the sentiments in the letter as quoted by the member. But I just have to reiterate that the Prime Minister hasn't yet had the opportunity to read the letter, which was received just earlier this week. But again, to assure the member that, as has been done in the past, the Government will carefully consider the issues raised in full in the letter and respond directly.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Denis O'Rourke.
Given the statement in his letter to the quake families dated 13 September 2012 that the, quote, "judicial avenue will remain available," unquote, what is his reply to the plea in the recent open letter from the quake families which says, and I quote, "I am asking you, Prime Minister, on behalf of the families, to give us your support as you promised in providing the families with legal help to give us advice, information and the resources to undertake legal proceedings against those responsible."
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Well, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Prime Minister, given the previous two answers I've made to the member, I'm not sure how much further I can advance matters for him today. But I will point out one further matter, of course, which is my understanding is that the police are currently looking into this matter and they've yet to make a decision on any prosecution, and that would feed into the timing of any other things as proposed by the families.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Denis O'Rourke.
What action has his government taken to ensure that every person or organisation having any degree of provable culpability for the fatal defects in the CTV building, in the state it was in as at the date of the February 2011 earthquake, is brought promptly to justice in the light of the findings of the Royal Commission?
Honourable Stephen.
Well, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Prime Minister, I think again we have to be very careful while the police are investigating these matters. It wouldn't be appropriate for the Executive to direct the police in the approach that they should take. They have to have the opportunity to consider the situation and decide whether they want to take a prosecution.
Question number 8, Sue Moroney.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Women's Affairs. Has she requested